Okay, essentially, I take three different types of trades. Okay, I take three different types of trades. One of them is less so, and it's prone to it's prone to it's not it's probably like a C type of a setup. Essentially, I'm attempting to take advantage of a parabolic move. Essentially, so I'm looking at a trade, and the trade has broken through support, and it has a red candle in it, and I'm taking it. What happens in many of the cases is that it will, as soon as I enter, it'll just shoot right back up and then come back down. And so I need to strategize how I take that trade. Okay. So that's the one type of trade that I take. That parabolic move, either breaking out of resistance or it's breaking through support. Okay. So what happens is that I've experienced this today, and I lost quite a bit, several times. And so what it would do is the price will dip down. Okay, dip down here. Okay, this is where the support is, and the price will punch right through, come down, and then paint a red candle. And so what I'll do is, first of all, because I did not wait for the candle to paint a green candle where it's showing that it is being supported, I would get in on the red candle, and then it would punch right through, and then it would be at a point where I would be a severe loss because the size was sufficiently big, and I would exit the trade, and then it'll dip a little bit more and then shoot right back up. Okay, so in other cases, what I'll do is it'll punch right through, and then it'll paint, and then I would short here, and then it would just reverse right back up to a certain point and then come back down later on. And so what I need to do, so there's two ways that has been a problem for me when I'm making these trades. So I need to fine tune that a little bit. And so I need to be more careful I need to strategize how I trade that area. It's going to be the same as on the other side as well. It's essentially going to be the same thing on the other side, on the resistance side. When it pokes through, and it's going through, and I'm like expecting that as soon as it hits the resistance, it's gonna bounce right back up, and I'll lose if it goes right through. But when it goes through, then I'm expecting it to punch right through and keep going. But what it will do is, as soon as I get in, going long, it'll come right back down. So I need to fine tune the strategy to handle that two situations where there are four types of trades that I can make. Okay. So the third part is I'm in a region where the trend is exhibiting. So the third type of trade. So the second part of trading is essentially like a range bound situation where I'm trading the range bound situation. Okay. So that's the second part, because I can see whether it's trending up or trending down or trending sideways. It's going to be railed by the support and resistance, and I'm just trading within that area. People avoid it, but I find that I can make a decent amount of profit trading that way, right? As long as I'm aware that there is a potential for it to punch right through and cause a severe loss, which I've experienced today. That's why I'm in this situation here. Towards the end of the day, where my strategy number 2 and strategy number 3 was error prone because my mind was not in it. So the third part is I would get into a situation where the trend has been securely established, and there is a pullback. And when there is a pullback, then I start to scale in, knowing that the trend is moving in the direction of interest, which is mainly going long. Okay, and so when it pulls back, I start to scale in, knowing that it's going to, because it is a pullback, it's a pullback trade, and I start to scale in. And the deeper it is, the bigger the risk I can take, as well as the bigger loss, right? And so the deeper it is, it triggers a bigger entry into it because it's scaling in. And then when it rips back up, it doesn't even have to go back to where it started. I'll start making money on it, right? So that's the That's the strategy that I have, right? So the fourth part that I've been thinking about is harnessing is when it's actually climbing, okay, when it's trending. I'm trying to figure out, okay, so how do I scale in when that happens? How do I scale in? That's going to be very lucrative because I'm essentially foregoing the time when I'm in drawdown and just immediately getting into a point where I'm making I'm taking profit. So I'm going to be working on those four strategies and document it, and then hopefully this weekend. Hopefully this weekend will prove to be very fruitful and start documenting that, and I'll start utilizing it next week. Which means that the backtesting essentially means that what I'll be doing is I'll be looking at the charts and see how those will play out when I introduce the things that I'll be looking at in order for me to take advantage of those setups, those four setups. I'll be looking at the four setups, particularly the fourth setup where I'm actually in the trend and moving in the direction of that trend is very, very tantalizing. So, so that's I'm going to be looking into that a little more and elaborate it, and then yeah, that's how things will be.